I just felt better with him,
Okay.
you know, you just have chemistry with some people,
Mm-hmm.
and we just had
Okay.
amazing chemistry. Well, Steve asked me out.
Okay.
And I thought, you know, why not? I just thought it would be a good idea and I thought, why not? And I just thought, well, he was a nice guy and stuff. I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Kind of cocky.
Kind of cocky. Okay.
Kind of thinking, you know, like he was the shit. And, like everywhere he was like the place to be, and just, you know, it's complete bullshit.
But you and Paul still carried on this whole time.
Yeah.
Did you ever see either of these relationships as a threat to one another, or?
No, I really thought that, I mean, like, because it was better for me and Paul if I was in a relationship at school, you know? I mean, it was sort of like a public relationship and a private relationship, except that he made it really hard for me sometimes to be with Paul.
How
Like,
so?
we would be hanging out with people, you know, after school or whatever, or after a game or whatever, and I would say that I was going to go home, and he would be like, why? And I would...
You couldn't really tell him, could you?
No, of course not. And I would say, I would just have to make up all sorts of things.
He just didn't care.
Okay.
Like, you know, just another notch on his belt or whatever. First of all, Steve was no threat.
Okay.
I think things could have been better without Steve, but by no means was Steve, you know, getting in the way. We were still very much together.
Yeah.
I don't think that Paul really liked me being with Steve.
About a year ago, give or take,
Okay.
my father kind of pieced things together. And kind of came to the conclusion of what was up with Melanie and myself. He wanted to ignore it till it went away,
Okay.
which I think is terrible parenting.
Okay.
I think it's really bad parenting. Melanie and I were just, you know, we had been taking a walk. We'd just been, you know, spending a nice day together on a weekend. This must have been last November.
Okay.
Just taking a nice walk, and later that night, he kind of very much to the point. You know, like, I know what's up. He kept, you know, and just, you know, got very physical. You know, boxed my ears, and just, you know, give me a shot at, you know, and then that was kind of like, I got your attention now. So then, while you're writhing about, I'm gonna, you know, let me know, like, I know what's up, and just please stop this. And it never got any more diplomatic than that. It never got any more straightforward than just, I know what's happening.
So this was around the time Melanie started dating Steve, like, right?
Yeah. Which, now that you mention it, was another, almost as if that was the main motivation, that now that there was someone else, now that there was maybe a hint of normalcy or whatever, that this would continue to happen between her and I.
Yeah.
So that really pissed the old fucker off, you know. He was really, I think that was the tipping point. I don't think if there was ever Steve, I don't even know if that boiling point would ever have been hit to the point that he would, you know, really get physical about things. And he did, and I hardly got a word edgewise in with him.
Yeah.
It was just all, you got to stop this. And it was always me. It was always, you got to stop this. You know, always to me, always to, as if this was entirely one-sided, as if the entire thing was something that I was dragging my little sister along with, you know, my little naive sister who had no idea, and she was just falling about, you know,
Yeah.
doing what the, you know, whatever the older kids do. He never ever tried actually dealing with the problem other than just saying, stop. Which is, again, bad parenting. If to disapprove of something your child's doing is good parenting, you know, obviously, if
Yeah.
you think you're being steered in the wrong direction. But to just say stop, to just say no, that's not a good way to end anything. Or not even a good way to try to, you know, there was never a time when my father approached me and said, here is what I think, and and what do you think? It never got that intellectualized at all. It was always very brute and very ineffective.
Did anyone know?
Did anyone know? Besides my dad,
Yeah, besides you and your dad.
no one that I know of.
I meant about him.
About him?
About him smacking him.
Oh, by smacking me?
Yeah.
Well, people are gonna see this. They're gonna know then. But
If I use this.
yeah,
If you tell me not to, I won't. But
it's okay. No, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't think I ever told anyone. And I don't even think my dad had the sense to tell my mom about any of this.
okay. Until
Which-
she found out.
Until, well, yeah, but no, I don't think my dad told anyone. That was definitely, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't really see the point in telling anyone. And I
Not
don't
even
think-
Melanie?
They don't want to tell Melanie.
Why not?
No need for her to know that. No need for something that was by the day becoming more and more complicated to become even more complicated. And no need to kind of put the guilt on her head that in any way that I was suffering for this or that pain came from this, especially within the family. And it was going fine. It wasn't, you know, going as great, but there was no point in really. I think that could have ended it right then, and that's not what I wanted.
He wanted to, I mean, he just said that he thought it would be better that we could just be together whenever we wanted, you know, and we wouldn't have to keep things a secret or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, I was like, I just knew that wouldn't be what would happen, you know, because people really don't like this sort of thing.
Not so much that I wanted to. Something I kind of thought had to happen, and it was my idea that it had to happen.
I mean, I just told him that I thought it would be better if we didn't tell people and if we just waited a little while till we could get away, you know, till we could go somewhere where
Okay.
nobody knows us. He made it really clear to me that it was really important to him, and
Okay.
I started to think maybe that it would be better for him that it's just that for people to know was sort of automatically worse for me and better for him.